From fabrics and textiles to sustainable packaging, we are now seeing more products made from hemp. And now one corporation in Canada is doing just a little bit more by using Ukrainian seeds to take their hemp to a new level. The Canadian Rockies Hemp Corporation in Alberta went through a rigorous and vigorous process to bring over hemp seeds from Ukraine's Bast Institute, the leading center for agrarian sciences headquartered in northeast Ukraine, which is currently under Russian occupation. Joining me now with the story is CEO of CHRC, Aaron Barr. Good morning to you, Aaron.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Where are you right now?
I'm in the lovely town of Bruderheim, Alberta, just about 40 minutes northeast of Edmonton.
And what's behind you?
This is actually some of our finished product, which is hemp fiber. So this is the finished processed product after it's been through our decortication process.
So let's start at the beginning of this, the origin story of this. Where did this idea come from?
It actually stemmed a few years ago. So some of our equipment that we have at our facility here is actually from Ukraine. Ukraine, Poland, France, these European countries have been processing hemp for fiber for decades, if not centuries. And so a lot of their technology and practices we've adopted over here in our systems, but a lot of their varieties that have been developed for bast fiber are on the same growing latitude as where we are. So we've imported those genetics, unfortunately, through the wartime to be able to have Alberta farmers growing hemp for bast fiber and yielding a much higher percentage of fiber in that plant.
Speaking of wartime, I want to know about the process of getting those seeds here. How did you do it?
Yeah, it was something. Honestly, the people of Ukraine are extremely resilient and tough. They've been pretty much at war their whole lives. It's amazing what they're able to do. But yeah, because the men are not allowed to leave, they had to hire Hungarian drivers to be able to drive around Russian checkpoints, through fields, through woods, get the seeds across the border into Poland and then into Germany, and then flown from Germany over to Alberta. Wow. It took us, several months to be able to organize it. And yeah, it was something, the fact that they're able to get it done during these times, but, you know, they continue to live their lives as normal as possible. And it's pretty remarkable to see what they're able to do.
Really incredible when you think about the journey. How did you know that these hemp seeds would be well suited to grow in Alberta? You mentioned latitude being similar.
Yeah, and just similar growing conditions. So hemp is a photosensitive plant, grows on generally northern climates very well. So we're growing it for the bast fiber. So things like textiles, building products, erosion matting, building materials. There's a lot of products that we can supply into. And so what we're looking for is just high yielding, high tensile strength bast fiber. And so the Institute in Ukraine has done a lot of research in not only the production of it, but also the processing. So there's a lot of research both on the field and in the facility where we felt very confident that these genetics would work here. We planted them in 3 different trials in southern Alberta and central Alberta last year to prove to Health Canada that's the only kind of standard testing that it has less than 0.3% THC. That's the definition to be considered industrial hemp in Canada, is that THC threshold. So essentially you could smoke a whole field of this stuff and it would never get you high. It's grown and intended for industrial application. So now that we've proven that it meets that THC threshold, it's going to be a certified seed that will be readily available for Canadian producers.
Oh, congratulations on that front. Yeah, obviously this is a business, but just listening to you, it does sound like this is personal to you. This has a personal impact. Why is this so important to you personally?
You know, we formed a lot of friendships, a lot of business relationships over in Ukraine. It's tough to see. You never thought in a million years that this would happen again. We were over there in 2019 and 2020. We were forming a relationship, not only just to have a business for research, but to also look at production for supplying European manufacturers coming out of Ukraine. And to see this get displaced, you know, I have Ukrainian heritage myself. My mother's Ukrainian. Yeah, very tough to see people that are just like us going through this type of, you know, death and displacement is very tough.
Well, Aaron, we appreciate you coming on and telling the story of your success. So congratulations on that.
No, greatly appreciate it.
Okay, thanks so much. Take care.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.